Okay, go ahead.
Back at a big black truck up there on Drury Lane with the shirt tail sticking out in front of the fruit stand.
Keep that.
Mom, what do you think about that?
I think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, Mama. What year were you born and where were you born at?
Well, I was born in Kansas City, and I think the hospital was St. Vincent's, and it was icy snow.
Yeah, I guess it would be February 5th.
1936.
So how old are you, Mom?
I'm 85.
85.
85.
Okay, Dad.
Hello.
How old are you and where were you born?
I'm 88. I would have been 89, but I was sick a year.
Were you born in Kansas City, Missouri?
I was born in the East Bottoms.
In East Bottoms. Okay. What kind of memories? What's your first memory, Mama?
Oh, my first memory was going down the street to a girlfriend's house, and I knocked on the door, and I'm only 3 or 4 years old.
Wow.
And when I,
Okay, Mama. What year were you born and where were you born at?
well, I was born in Kansas City, and I think the hospital was St. Vincent's, and it was icy snow.
Yeah, I guess it would be February 5th.
1936.
So how old are you, Mom?
I'm 85.
85.
85.
Okay, Dad.
Hello.
How old are you and where were you born?
I'm 88. I would have been 89, but I was sick a year.
Were you born in Kansas City, Missouri?
I was born in the...
My first memory is I was walking down the street where we lived, and I was knocking on this door, and I'm just about 3 or 4 years old, and I'm lost because I don't know how I got there. And as time goes on, you just don't remember whether it's true or whether it really happened.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Dad? What's your first memory?
I was about 6 years old, and I had calves from my toes up to my hips, and my mother carried me everywhere. And I wasn't no light baby either. I was heavy. And I really appreciate all she done for me.
Yeah.
But
This question is from Linda. Who was your greatest influencer and role model growing up?
my daddy.
Your daddy. How about you, Mom?
I think maybe my mother. My mother.
Cool. Okay, and Linda also wants to know, what do you want your children and grandchildren to remember about you?
Well, I would like them to know that I like to do artistic things like singing and drawing. And we made the quilts, so they could have something to remember about.
Yeah, a lot of quilts. Yeah, my grandkids.
And generally they have a story about them. There's something in the making of them for their birthday. If they forget that, then that's what that meant, is how that was made. I think I told them when they was there.
Yeah. How about you, Dad?
My garden and my vegetables.
Yeah, you've worked hard at that, haven't you, Dad?
Yes.
Can you
Turn it
go
off.
on a little bit more about?
Here's another question from Linda. What is the hardest and easiest part of growing older?
The hardest part would be the aches and the pains. And the best part is wanting to stay alive so you can visit with your family and everything like that. I think that's what makes me happy is, every time a baby's born, you think, well, I'd kind of like to be around for that.
That's a good answer.
Getting out of bed, going to bed.
That's the easiest and the hardest, right? Okay. This is a question from Ryan. What 3 things about life do you think we all should know?
Well, I think everybody shouldn't expect too much, you know. But if you act like it doesn't matter, that's the second thing. You got to keep trying to make that thing, the dream, come true. And I don't have anything else.
That's good.
How to play pinochle and how to grow tomatoes.
This is a question from Danny. What do you want your legacy to be?
I think, it's kind of hard to know what legacy you want, because you've lived so long. You had dreams, when you were younger, and some of them didn't come true. But like I was saying, it didn't matter whether they come true or not. It's that you tried. I think that's it. You tried to do the right thing most of the time.
That's good.
And I was the best friend that they ever had.
That's nice. That's nice.
Well, that made me cry. This is from Tara. Besides getting married or having kids, what was the happiest time of your lives so far?
It's a very hard question, Tara. I think, the family is what we both are for. And it's hard to think of anything. Fathers are saying something, like, if you want to do something for Lent, love covers all kinds of sins. And every time you take care of a child, that covers all kinds of sins. I thought that hit me more yesterday than anything else. I think that even though sometimes, you think you don't want family, and then you have it, you realize how important they are.
Grandchildren.
Yeah.
Perfect. There's 2 questions from Nita and her kids. The first one is, who is your favorite daughter-in-law?
Absolutely, without reservation, let me say, Nita is my favorite daughter-in-law.
I don't have a favorite.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I only have one.
Aw. Okay, then the other question is, who is your favorite granddaughter?
Well, they're coming around so fast, but I think I'm safe to say that Amanda is my favorite granddaughter.
Same answer.
This is for Grandma. What is the secret to staying married as long as you have?
There is no secret. And I tell you, we talk a lot to each other, but I don't think we have any certain remedy for anything. It's day by day, but I believe that our religion is one of the reasons I will say that we both believe the same way since we were children, and that's why I think through rough times, when good times, no problem, it's wonderful, and most of them are good, but when you have a bad time, you have to have something like God to come in there and help you, and that's the only secret, and I don't think it's much of a secret. What do you say, Dad?
And then the question for Grandpa from Mikey is, what is the real reason that made you stop drinking?
Yeah.
no reason.
No reason? Nothing? You just quit drinking? There was no reason?
I think he did have a reason, but he evidently hasn't discovered it yet. I think I think he started drinking when he was very young, and he didn't ever think it was a problem. In fact, it was a lot of people do that. They make homemade wine.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to be a problem, but somehow or another, when he got his back problems, I believe that became a problem for him. I know people that are alcoholics, and Daddy didn't ever go to Alcoholics Anonymous to give it up. I think it just wasn't working for him anymore, and that's the only reason. But that's my opinion, not his. Back injuries he had, that made it different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be why he stopped drinking, was because it wasn't working for him anymore.
That's good. That's good. Well, I never knew, so.
I don't know for sure. Who knows? Because I had a problem too with alcohol, but it was because I like to drink, with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And when we stopped, then I found out I wasn't as glad as I wanted to about it. So I figure I had a problem too.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, this is from Linda. If you could eat one food
It's on. Yeah, it is.
the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Say it again, baby. I talked over you.
It's okay.
I didn't get it either.
What?
No,
Okay, if you could eat one food the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Ice cream. And any flavor, but vanilla is great. Yeah.
Slot potatoes.
Slot potatoes. I told Linda that I thought you'd say kale, or I told somebody I thought you'd say kale, and I thought you'd say ice cream, because me and you both. This is from Gina, and it's for Mama. What qualities and characteristics do you think we three girls picked up from you?
Well, let me think. I think you're all so different, and yet you're so much alike. But I don't know about Gina. I know Linda and you love dancing, and
Gina
I
loves
just
dancing,
adore
too.
dancing. I don't know about Gina because, I've never really seen her dancing very much. And I think love of music. It doesn't have to be singing, but some kind of music. And you guys are all so much better than I am at everything. I'm not going to say you got my intelligence, because I don't know how intelligent I am. Maybe I'm smarter than I thought, because I can remember stuff like trivia. But as far as doing, mental problems and helping with the homework, you didn't get that. You guys all are really better at that than I am. So I'm sure that you got those things from Daddy too,
Well, what qualities do you think we got from you?
None, I hope.
Aw.
Come on.
I don't have any.
Well,
You don't have any
I
good.
hope that they.
Your intelligence.
No,
your
no,
brain.
I hope that they took after you.
No, I think they got his brain. And I hope they didn't get his stubbornness.
Okay, this question is for both of you. What was the most difficult thing you ever had to face, and how did you get through it?
Well, Tommy's probably death was the hardest thing that we had to go through. But I go back to what I said before about me and Daddy's relationship. God's always been there for us.
Yeah.
And thank you.
How about you, Dad?
Tommy's dead.
Yeah.
A little bit more. But we're not the only people in our family that went through this. Augie and went through it twice. And Junior. And I probably,
Aunt Katie.
and Katie, my sister and brother, my brother Ronnie, we all had to, and I think they did, they would say the same thing, God pulled them through.
You bet. You bet. She's funny. She's cute. Okay, Mama, why does changing underwear stop people from hiccuping?
Well, the wetness makes you uncomfortable.
Isn't she silly?
Now, I have heard, now I'm not going to say that it's true, but they said that if you got hiccups, if you get a massage on your rectum, that it will go away.
All right. That's enough.
But you don't have to have somebody else do it.
All right. That's enough. Okay, Dad, we're going to change the subject.
I heard that.
Gina wants to know where in the garden did you bury your money?
Bring a pitchfork and she can look for it.
That's one way to get people to help you in the garden. Okay. And another question from Gina was, is Linda adopted?
Who was this from?
That's from Gina.
Oh, not that we know.
Okay, this is from Ryan. If it was your last day on earth, what would be the most important thing to you?
Well, I think every day is the last day. So I wouldn't want to know about it. I would hope that I could go, just without laying around in the hospital and not having any brains. That's my best wish.
Saying goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Who was your best friend when you were a little kid, and who is your best friend now?
Well, I think I had 2 or 3 girls that were my best friend, but I would say Helen Graham. I think I thought most of her, and mainly because she left when we were still young, and I never really got to, visit with her again. And but I had several friends, that I hold very dear. But the one that hurt the most when she died was Marilyn Clays, and we grew up together from when we were very young. And I didn't hang around her, but she was a girl that I went to school with. And when she died, I think I felt more sorrow than I ever had for a friend.
Yeah.
I mean, not a family member, but that was the hardest part.
You never see her again.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I really miss her. I really miss her.
Back then, 6 friends who lived on Gardner Avenue today or my grandsons.
And I wanted to say that the girls were my best friends. Because I think a woman likes to feel loved by women. I mean, I do. I like to have women love me. And I think my daughters have fulfilled that over and over and over every day. But I think, to be fair, Daddy probably is my best friend because he helps me with my pants up.
You can't say that about every
No, I'll tell you, when you need your pants pulled up and somebody, you can't just go out and run out the street, you know. And
he helps you with your coat on?
he helps me with, well, everything that I do, he's there for me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to brag on him, but just don't tell him I said so.
I'd like to know if you could say something to your great-great-grandchildren, one thing to them that might help them the best in their life. What would that be?
Learn how to play pinochle.
Well, I know that is really important. I think you just have a happy life, and whatever you feel is right for yourself, you go ahead and do it. And try to, believe in yourself.
This is from Linda. If you received a box with the truth about God's existence, would you open it?
I didn't hear the question.
Okay. If you received a box with the truth about God's existence, would you open it? Linda's asking this question.
Why not?
Okay.
I would think that I wouldn't have to open the box. If I found anything else, I wouldn't believe it.
So both of you are saying, why not? Yeah, you believe in God.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to tell your children and their spouses that you haven't said in this questionnaire?
I didn't hear the question.
Is there anything that you would like to say to your children and grandchildren that you haven't said in this video? You'll think about it. Think about it.
I think that the little children that will watch this, you will wonder, whether we're sincere and that you can count on us. But we are what we are. And you can remember us with love, and you know that you were loved. And I think I would love to be around when you're 20, 30.
It's possible.
It might be. But I hope that you will remember me pleasantly.
Come to the cemetery and pee on my grave.
Oh my goodness.
They won't pee on your grave.
No.
They'll cry and giggle.
I want to pee on my grave.
No.
Hmm?
What do you do when you go to the grave?
What?
What do you do when you go to the grave? When you go see your mom and dad's grave?
You pee on them.
No, you don't.
He makes the sign of the cross and he says a prayer.
I usually sing a song.
And he says he misses them very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
Usually sing happy birthday or our Father. And just said, we don't go out there as much as we used to. Even see Tommy.
Well, when do you go
drive
out
right
there?
by there,
Yeah.
on their birthday or maybe like their anniversary,
That's why I say-
something like that.
This thing you're doing now, I'd say in 10 years somebody will throw it away.
No, they won't.
Oh yeah,
No, I know your
somebody threw
grands.
Dad's away.
No, they didn't. It must be Joe Mike might have it. So Gina and I are going to check with Joe Mike and see if he's got it.
You never did find out what Joe Mike's problem was?
No, no.
I said oxtail.
You did say oxtail, but now we did have oxtail soup
Yeah, that
We
was
ate it
good.
quite a bit.
and horse burgers. You know, I'm afraid might have had horse burgers, but I'm not. I don't think I knew it was
Did anybody comment on that at all, Brenda?
kale soda. Hey,
Who said
I
that?
think we made smoothies and put some kale in there.
What'd Carol say? Carol Thompson.
Oh. No.
Yes.
yes. Oh, okay.
Oxtail soup. They live and make it yummy. Sean Gladden.
Yeah, that is
Victor's
very
wife.
good. Foxtail,
Oh, yeah.
oxtail. But I thought he said foxtail.
She'll cook a lot of stuff, that Shan.
Oxtail soup, that's the cow's tail.
Yeah, it is
And you
really
just-
good.
Is
You
it?
just put that in there for flavor. You don't really eat the oxtail.
Yeah,
Yes, you
Do
do.
you?
It's got
Yeah.
meat on it.
yeah, it had quite a bit of meat on it, but and it has a little fat on it
Did you
too.
ever use just a soup bone and make?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's soup. Yeah, Grandma used to
Think
make
we
it all
put
the time.
cabbage in it. I'm not sure. What else? What
And noodles and
No.
carrots
Just,
and
just like
cabbage.
regular soup.
So what'd you do? Wait till the horse was old?
Cabbage. I don't think
No.
we did it.
My Uncle Bugs, he delivered meat to the zoo, and he had all those pretty hams and steaks and stuff. So we brought some home and he handed them out. It was a little bit tougher than beef, but it wasn't that much difference.
I
But
see.
the only thing was, when you was eating it, if somebody said "whoa," you'd choke on it.
Oh, that's awful.
You remember that?
I think
I had to
that
laugh at him.
I'm not speaking for me, but Gina and Linda got their sense of humor from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
you
too.
You're very funny too.
Oh.
I like that blue stool. I don't think anybody will be
Yeah,
funny.
But I did that in real life. I really thought I wasn't trying to
I
be
know,
funny.
but that's the best part of
Oh.
it. That's the best part because you're so innocent.
Yeah.
You know, after a rain, your night crawlers, you just couldn't believe. Tommy'd go out there and he'd have two at a time.
Oh yeah.
You had to grab them and hold them until they turned loose.
Uh-huh.
Heck, he'd go out and he'd get a bucket full in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I never cooked them though. And like,
He'd take Brenda with him, wouldn't he?
Hey,
oh,
what?
she
He'd
buy
take
her.
her with him, wouldn't he?
I went with him, but he did all the work.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't hardly
You
stand
held, you
it.
held a bucket.
Yeah, I held
I
the
never had
bucket.
any problem picking up a worm.
And he would share whatever
I know why.
Freddie gave us.
I mean, you know,
And
you
I didn't
think,
I
deserve
don't like
it.
putting the hook in them.
oh,
They ooze when you put the hook in them.
well, you grab them and then they just get longer as you put them.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't eat them. I wouldn't eat them.
They were good.
Well, they might have been good. I never seen you
did
eat
your
one.
did your mother make?
Freddie made cake with him.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Who did? Who did?
Freddie Henderson.
I never ate at his house. Ugh.
Ernie, you see, Orville Amos put something in there the other day about the earnings tax.
I didn't see it. What did he put it
said
in?
that he-
Hi, Grandma. Hey, Grandpa. What do you want your legacy to be?
She goes real fast.
Hey, Grandma and Grandpa. So I have a question for you. What would you say is one of the most happiest times of your lives so far, but you can't say getting married or having kids? Love you.
Hi, Grandma and Grandpa. I have two questions for you. If there were three things that you could tell me about life that maybe you haven't told me yet, that you think that I should know, what would those three things be? Also, if it was your last day on earth, what would be the most important thing to you? I love you.
Hey, Grandma and Grandpa, I have a couple questions to ask. My first question is for Grandma. What is the secret of staying married as long as you and Grandpa have? And then the second question I have for Grandpa is, what made you stop drinking? What was the real reason you stopped drinking? I love you both, and I'm so happy that you guys are in my life. Love you. Bye-bye.